Hello and welcome into SorareAndrews, brought to you by Sorare Data here on the Sorare Data Show. I'm Andrew Laird. You can find me as Lairdinho on Sorare. Joined once again by Andy Black on Sorare. Apologies for the slight delay. Andy and I were talking about something.
What were we talking about?
Thresholds, baby.
Oh, God, that's too funny.
But we are not here to talk about that. Don't worry, everyone. We're here to talk about very serious things like whether cards are hot or not.
Flop or not.
Flop or not, excuse
me. FlopperNot.com. That's HG's new endeavor. It's part of Podium. Go to flopperNot.com, and then it'll bring up 2 Sorare cards, and you pick. Are they hot or not?
Which one
are they flops or not? Sorry.
Right. Oh, man. If we're not going to get canceled over the threshold, it's going to be about this. Anyway, thanks everyone. ZM Star, S-tier black intro picture. I think he was filming a documentary on elephants, which is actually
correct. Actually,
Tuggy says, "Don't worry, Black. I don't think you're a flop." And Jordan on the podium as well. Yeah, thank you. Chani says the thumbnail will never be topped, which sounds like a challenge.
It does.
Just saying. Kev Hurd, hello. The cold sweat. Unless Black gets an old picture of Laird to someone at Sorare to throw on a graphic. Oh, I'm perfectly content putting my own picture on a graphic. Don't you guys worry. We're in O-face territory now with the thumbnails, I think. Surface, what's up? Ricky said you look like Eugene from The Walking Dead, but I've actually never seen that show. So
I don't think that's a compliment.
Not a compliment? Oh, okay. Well, here's a compliment. 93 acres, looking very stylish in the thumbnail. And then Alex said, in this instance, how do we define greatness? Which, yeah. Blue Tomatoes says you look like Indiana Jones without his hat.
I'll take that.
I guess. SR Monkey Low, Bruzel, Fling Flong, what's up, everyone? And Sorare Han. So what if I told you guys that he wasn't near an elephant in that picture, but instead was actually on a boat?
Of course. Yeah, back in my oil mining days, I'm leaving the rig.
That's the mining you used to do. Everyone thought it was Bitcoin mining, but it's actually oil.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
It's a phenomenal picture. For full disclosure, I asked Andy for a picture of him for a thumbnail, and I realized as I was trying to do thumbnail pictures, I was like, I just don't have a lot of pictures of just myself.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like, do you cut off half your body because like you're with someone? And I was like, do you happen to have any pictures of just yourself? And he was like, here it is. And I saw it and I was like, there it is. Yes. Yeah. Anyway, what are we here to talk about again? Flop or not? Andy, who was the one guy that, you have some before that?
Well, I think we have to define this first.
Okay. Oh, that's a good idea.
So are we looking at somebody in the past? Like, were they a flop or were they not? Or are we looking at somebody in the future? For instance, are we looking at Julian Gressel when he was at Columbus, or are we looking at Julian Gressel as he's going to Miami?
I gotcha. I don't know. You came up with this. I'll play by your rules here.
I think we should look at where they're going.
Okay. Yeah, who cares what they used to be, right?
Yeah. Right. I mean, Julian Gressel, obviously a flop at Columbus Crew, even though he won a ring, he's a flop.
Yes. Do you want to start with Gressel?
Yeah.
Okay. Flop or not, Andy? Inter Miami, Julian Gressel.
I brought his name up. You have to answer it.
So I think the problem is that, like, am I comparing him to that seems like an easy answer. That he's like not a flop. I was about to call him hot. Not a flop compared to Columbus, but I don't think he's going to be as good as he was in Vancouver. That's where he was, right?
Yeah.
And DC and everywhere else.
I mean, he was at like 6 different places.
Yeah, it's been a trip for Julian.
Getting passed around.
Is he not official yet? We still have our Sorare stuff.
I thought he was official.
Yeah. Here's Julian Gressel. Let's see. DC United. Oh, wait. Let's get the defender. Nobody wants midfielder Julian Gressel. So 48.4 in his appearances for DC United. 55.8. This is the Gressel. I think he's going to be worse than this.
I think his best time in his career was when he was at Atlanta, right? Whipping balls into Joseph Martinez.
Maybe. That looks like it was pre
Sorare. Yeah.
It looks like a lot of people are starting to It looks like some people are putting in some suggestions that we can talk about later, which I enjoy since I'll definitely run out.
What about what's the market say? Does the market say that they think
it popped? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we'll go to the good one. There we go. I think there was some optimism too when he went to Columbus too, because it was like, oh, that's a really good team. And then it turned out he just doesn't actually play there.
Which card do you even want? Like Germ's talking about like him being an aerial threat, but like, or Messi being an aerial threat. I think also too is like, are they going to get clean sheets in Miami? Do you want the defender card? Is that a reason you would want the defender card?
So I was actually looking at a Dre calendar card the other day because I do things like that. Like they get enough clean sheets that like it probably is fine.
What's enough clean sheets? Like one on there? Is that one clean sheet?
No, there's we had back-to-back right here.
Okay.
3-ish. I don't know. I don't see a situation where the midfielder card is better than the defender one.
Purely from like a positional scarcity thing and like looking at other options in the MLS, yeah, you're probably not going to want the midfielder card.
But even, I mean, the goals conceded difference isn't even that big. I don't know. And I don't think he needs to whip balls in. Like he could just pass them.
Yeah.
I just feel like you look at Robert Taylor and you're just like, if that dude can crush, surely anyone can in that team.
Well, and he'll probably find his way into a lot of lucky assists where he plays like a square ball into Messi and then Messi hits a worldie or something. And
or just dribbles 8 other people. And yeah. No, I think he'll be certainly better than Columbus, but I'm not sure he reaches the Vancouver.
Okay. So let's stay with the same team and let's say Luis Suarez.
So I think buying into Suarez is like, you have to understand that there is absolutely no way he plays most games or all games, I'll say. And so like, I think it's one of those, I think he'll be good when he plays, but I really just don't think he's going to play that much.
His scores are great.
He was really good in Brazil. Like shockingly good. There was an article that I saw the other day. And notice I said I saw it and I didn't read it. About how he gets like injections in his ankle before every game. And I was like, that can't be healthy. Like if there's anyone who's not going to play on turf, it sounds like a guy who gets ankle injections every game.
What are they putting in there? Cortisone?
I don't know, Andy.
Some kind of like, they're little morphine injections.
It could be. Everybody's talking about how bad his knees are. Yeah, Vita said the synthetic pitches are going to be the end of his knees. An MLS Sorare scout says he'll score 50 goals with one leg. I mean, nobody scores with both legs at the same time. So, like, I agree that all of his footed goals will be with one leg. Nick and it said Toradol. I don't know. Yeah, I agree with a good place here. He'll play every home game for sure. Actually, I was talking to Gator Guy about this. So early in the season, is he officially on Inter Miami here? Yeah. So they play midweek at home in Miami against RSL, and then the weekend in LA.
Oh, wow.
Which is not the farthest trip possible, but it is like probably the third farthest. Like I would have guessed that Seattle and Portland are the only ones that are farther. Does Messi make this trip?
So it's a great question, but so like I want to say no, right? But also it's like the stage of LA and him going to LA and playing it like, I don't know.
So I mean this in the least offensive way possible. It's Carson City. Like, it's not LA.
Oh, it's not. I didn't know that.
Yeah, like I don't think
How
it
far-
really matters. It's
Carson City in Nevada?
I thought Carson was in Nevada and Carson City. Hold on. LA Galaxy Stadium. It's in Carson, excuse me. Carson, California,
Okay.
not Carson City is Nevada.
Right.
Carson is in LA. Now, granted, it's Carson is in California. Carson is like basically LA. But like LAFC Stadium is like in Los Angeles. That seems like the stage.
Sure.
It's also I believe
I didn't realize this was going to be like a geography thing. But, I mean, it's still like a big stage, right? They're going to want to unveil their new Inter Miami team in LA. I think he at least
said
goes,
Carson's
right?
10 miles south of LA. So it's like 2 hours away.
Hmm.
That's a Los Angeles traffic joke for anyone who didn't understand that. I assume most people wouldn't.
Yeah, I think the simple thing for them to do is to like take that game off and then, go hard again against Orlando at home and then Montreal at home. But I don't know. I could totally see them making the trip and then, making a big deal out of that game.
So those are the things I think you have to think about with Suarez. Probably more than Messi, to be honest. Like Messi seems like the kind of guy who's like, if he can play, he'll play. And Suarez is the one who's like, physically, I'm not sure he'll be able to play.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It not only that, but they may just like want to take extra care. And then he may be able to play in that game. It's the second game of the season. He may be able to play, but they may just decide to, manage the load there.
So ZM-Star said early season points are going to be key for rest later in the season. They're building a City of St. Louis City FC. How did that work out for St. Louis City FC by the end of the season?
Let's not talk about that.
See? So why not just rest Suarez as much as so that he's peaking at the end of the season instead of like resting at the end of the season? I don't know. So I think he'll be good when he plays, but I'm just not sure how much he's going to play. So I don't know if he's a flop or he's not, but I don't think he's hot.
Okay, interesting. I've got a few more. You want me to just keep go down my list?
Should we talk about the most obvious one which was the only one that you and I actually discussed before?
Sure.
He's the number one player on the platform. Andy, Juan Brunetta with Tigres. First game in. Luck box assist to get him to 68.8, 69 if you round up.
Did you watch the game?
69, not a second. Come on, Andy.
Did you see the play?
No.
I didn't watch the game either. I was out doing family stuff. So I don't know how he got the assist.
Oh. I know he had a big chance missed.
We need somebody that watched the game. Give us some feedback here.
Yeah, I thought that was going to be you. Any idea if he took free kicks?
Again, like I watched like the last when I turned the game on, it was like minute 70 or something. He was subbing off.
Somebody said he took the first one, and they were like, "Oh, that's good." And I'm like, "Okay, so he's taken one on one side."
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Let's see what the old heat map says.
Jordan said he was on corners. Luis says not a flop, but won't be close to as good as he was at Santos.
Yeah, it looks like Nando didn't get any. It's never good. Oh, actually.
Can't you just click on him and it'll tell you how many corners he took?
No. They don't tell you corners, no.
RotoWire will.
Let's see. Looks like he took 2 free kicks, and Lainez, is that how you say his name?
Lainez, yeah.
Lainez took 2 as well. That's not necessarily his corner.
Huh. Yeah, okay.
Jordan says he was. Like, I don't think so. Luis says he's not a flop, but he won't get close to what he did at Santos. Like, he's the best player on the platform if he continues this absurd run that he had at Santos. So I don't think that's what the discussion is, but like, what's a reasonable, like, I think Sean was like, if he's like 55 to 60, then he's still very, very good. But that's also a fairly significant drop from, I mean,
right, 80.
Right. His L40 is 71.4 and 81.1 is a 4. God, that is crazy. L15.
So
is he
anything less than that, is that a flop?
Yeah. Is he a flop if he averages 75? Vita said if he was a card owner, I'd sign up for a 65 L15. Is 65 even reasonable?
I don't know. Your name said that Linus was taking some corners for some wild reason. Like that is bizarre that you'd bring in a guy like Brunetta and not immediately be like, all right, you get to take all of the set pieces.
I was talking to somebody about that, about another player, and where did that come up? Oh, the Sorare Argentina Discord. That's where it was. Because somebody was talking about Juanfer going to Portland. And they were like, he would get set pieces over Evander. And I was like, are you really going to bring someone in and tell the guy who took 99% of your set pieces, like, hey, you're off?
Yeah, but I don't even think Linus took set pieces like last year.
Right, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's strange.
You want to say Linus can't even cross if he could, he would be in Europe.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be a short corner. They don't count like
are you is that a short joke?
Is he short? I don't even Andy.
Yes.
I wish it was.
Like, you don't remember the Matt Miazga picture where he's standing next to Linus and he's like making fun of his height?
Andy, I know exactly what picture you're talking about, and I had absolutely no idea that was Linus.
Gotcha.
Zero.
Fair. Yeah. Good picture.
But yeah, now I get it. Yes, it was a short joke, Andy. Short corners all day from Linus. All right. Anyway, I mean, it makes more sense to have him taking a corner, though, as opposed to him being in the box.
Yeah, or just put him on the half line.
Or just out. Yeah. That's fair. Andy, how many Brunetta cards do you have?
1.
Forward?
Just the forward card, yeah. So I had the midfielder card as well, and before this game week, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna de-risk out of Brunetta a little bit. And I think that the forward card's pretty safe. I mean, obviously it's more valuable, but I feel like it's more safe just because like he's a forward.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I don't know, just felt good to move that midfielder along.
What's kind of amazing is that he is the number 1 ranked player by L15 as a midfielder. Mm-hmm. So like this 76.4 is his midfielder score. He's literally 81 as a forward. Like he's even better. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Bizarre.
How about Joey Veerman moving up ahead of Jude? Anyway.
Who else is on yours? He's hurt, right? Joey Veerman's hurt.
I did see that. In fact, I believe I saw you with a comment that he's hurt, and so you won't play him, and he'll bang 100 because that's what happens when you don't play him.
Yeah, correct.
Who else you got on your list?
The Colorado situation. Georgi Mihailovic and Zach Steffen. Zach Steffen will be a fun one.
Why would any conversation about a goalie be a fun conversation?
I don't know. Because he hasn't played. I feel like he hasn't played in like 2 years. Which I know he has, but it feels like
has he?
Yeah, he was playing at like, where was it, like Middlesbrough or something, or somewhere weird. When you pull it up, you'll see.
Were you a regular Mihailovic player when he was in Chicago?
Yeah.
Did
you play him in Montreal?
Did you play him in U23 or did you play him in like
everywhere? Yeah,
everywhere.
He's pretty much like that doesn't even look like it, but like I was gonna say he was a smasher, and you look at that and you're like, nah, not really, but he was really good for U23 in the summer.
Yeah, he was. How about, let's see, drastic home away splits?
Oh, does 60.
He? Not really, actually. I won him once. That was fun.
Yeah. I think the answer on this one is easy because how can you flop? Like if you look at his scores when he was at AZ, pull up those scores.
Yeah.
And like how do you not improve upon what he did there? It's just like he didn't play, and when he did, bad.
This is literally a picture of a flop.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where do you put him in like the rankings of MLS midfielders?
Okay. Yeah. What tier?
Yeah. Because I don't think he's remotely close to the top tier, which
No.
has a decent number of players in it.
I think he's like a tier 1.5.
I'm
I don't even
surprised
think he
that
falls into the tier 1 area.
I'm surprised you'd even go that high. I mean, I guess it depends how many players you go, but like I don't think he sniffs tier 1.
Yeah.
Like he's so far behind Herrera, Gil, Acosta, Puig, Almada, Gald, Reynoso. I'll throw in João Paulo there, sure. Like, is he any better than Christian Espinoza?
Probably not.
Yeah.
I mean, Christian Espinoza was awesome. Now he's better than Jackson Ewell. How does Jackson Ewell have a 57.9? Like how is Ewell better than Espinoza? It seems crazy.
I mean, if you got these scores from Mihalovic, I think you'd be like, that's good. But that's Jackson Ewell. Nickinen said he shows up more than Reynoso, which
Yeah.
Vita said he's so expensive for his scoring, it's insane. How much is Georgie? I mean, I assume it popped because like he went from not usable to usable.
Yeah. Is he even U23 anymore?
No.
No, right? Yeah, he's 25.
Yeah, like $130.
I mean, that's your classic like sell the hype, sell the news sort of scenario, I think, right?
He's the same price as Evander.
Yeah. And you know how I feel about Evander, but I don't know. I think I'd rather have Evander. Although, isn't there like
you don't have to say
rumors
I think I might. You would rather Evander. Of course you would.
Well, isn't there rumors that he might go back to like Brazil or something?
Yeah. Flamengo,
Yeah.
I believe.
Would you rather have Jackson Ewell or Evander? Just, it's so crazy to me that Jackson Ewell is like 10th on this list, or 15th, 14th, or whatever it was. It's 11th. Like, how is that possible?
I think Santi Rodriguez is leaving too.
Hmm.
Can somebody confirm that? I thought I read somewhere that he's leaving. I thought it
He had
was
some weird
no,
deal
it
last year.
wasn't. It wasn't him.
Alone,
Never mind.
right?
Or maybe it was him. I don't know. I've never been a Santi Rodriguez guy. Reminded me too much of Jesus Medina, who I also hated. Anyway. Johanneton said, have you seen the Ryan Raposo to China rumors? I can't fathom I would ever see something about Ryan Raposo and read the whole thing to even care. My God, look at that. Look at the excitement that people have over some random MLS guy going to China. Look at that CONCACAF Champions League coming up. That's soon, Andy.
It is.
448.
What are your opinions on? I'm going to take us back to Zach Steffen. Pull him up.
Whoop. Oh, Zachary, excuse me. Yeah, like I didn't think. I mean, he's a goalie.
Where were those starts at?
I assume. Oh, like these?
Yeah. Was that at Nottingham or Middlesbrough? Sorry.
Yeah, you were right. Middlesbrough. I don't know how to like accurately scout a goalie. Like,
well,
who cares?
I think it's more along the lines of like Colorado wasn't a very good team last year, and they like what did they do to like strengthen the team besides like add an attacking player? I don't know. Maybe they've added some defenders or something. I don't know.
We
Who
can
played
check
goalie there
out,
last year?
see if I can find this. We'll check out Fripp's depth charts.
Yeah.
That'll let us. let us in on it. If anyone who hasn't seen this, I'm going to drop the link here in the chat. This is very impressive work here. What are we talking about? Colorado? Show me Colorado. New edition. Fernandez. I don't even know who that is.
Omir Fernandez
From the Red Bulls?
Red Bulls, yeah.
Okay. Wolfelsend. Seems like a guy maybe I would know. Oh, they added Sam Vines. I owned his card once. I don't see anything on this list to make me think.
They still have Illich there?
Yeah.
So they have two. Oh.
Yes.
They have like Illich uses like an international slot, right?
Yes.
And he's a benched goalkeeper. That seems weird.
Yeah. Ooh, updated today. Way to be, Fripp. Yeah, I don't.
So come on, you have to have an answer, flop or not, Laird.
So what am I comparing it to? I think he's a flop. I think there's no way that anyone at any point in this season, whenever he gets cards, since he doesn't even have cards yet,
right?
Like when the Zach Steffen cards come, and then by like August, somebody is like, "Man, I am so happy I have Zach Steffen instead of literally anybody else."
I guess it's better than like Ethan Horvath and never wanting to play ever.
Such anger and spite in that. Not spite, but I don't know. Yeah, he's a guy. Who's next?
These are MLS departures. Cade Cowell and Brandon Vasquez.
So I'm obviously the ignorant one here when it comes to Liga MX, but I've always thought that Cade Cowell was not that good.
Mm-hmm.
And so going to another league doesn't make me feel any differently.
Yeah. I don't remember if it was Jimmer or your name or someone said that Cade Cowell looks like he's playing soccer with the turbo button always held down.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like that is actually a perfect example because it looks like he just like dribbles the ball out of bounds. Like he's running really fast and he's like more athletic than everyone on the pitch. But it's just like, oh, he just ran into the crowd.
Yeah.
It's like Forrest Gump. You give him the ball and you got to tell him where to go.
Didn't somebody also say he'd make like a good backup college football running back or something like that? Was that Cowell? I thought, yeah. Germ said he's a track athlete. Yeah,
I actually think Cade Cowell would be good if you got him further away from goal, like you played him at wingback or something, but I don't think anybody really wants to try that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how good Chivas are at figuring out how to use a guy like him. It just seems like a weird, I don't know. I don't know why this is going to sound so awful. I don't know why anybody wants this guy.
Yeah. I don't think it'll be good either. I think that'll be a bad one. But I think it was already bad. Like his L15 is 39. We probably shouldn't even be talking about a 39 L15.
No, I mean, come on, cat mode. Let's go. Get that Threshy.
Yeah. And then Brandon Vasquez is the other one. Who did play last night in a friendly against your River Plate.
Ooh, that's right. That's right.
I didn't feel like he had that great of a year, really, from like a SO5 perspective since last year to begin with.
So to use a wonderful football phrase that I always feel weird saying, I don't really rate Brandon Vasquez. And the weird thing about it for me with him is I've seen enough people literally like win competitions with him. I think Nep might have a super rare. I think Nep was one. And I feel like people talk about it where they're like, yeah, this is my team. I have these guys, and I've got Brandon Vasquez at forward, so I'm set. And I'm like, I think he might just kind of not be that great. I mean, there's plenty of green in this score, in this chart. So like, that's great. It's funny that his only score over 86 ever was 100.
Yeah, that was the Brenner game. Brenner scored like 4 goals, and I think Vasquez assisted like all of them or something.
1 goal and 3 assists.
Yeah, I think Brenner had like 4 goals in that game or something absurd. And then they sold
3
Brenner right
goals.
after this.
The Brenner game.
Yeah.
You are such an MLS guy. I love it.
Yeah.
Where is Brenner these days?
He's at like Udinese or something, right? And I think
Really?
he just got healthy, I think. Like
Udinese, by the way.
yeah, whatever. And he might have either just played in a game or just subbed in a game or was just on the bench, something.
Yeah, back on the bench.
Yeah,
Let's
there you go. He's
go.
back. He's back. Brenner's back. Can't imagine him ever doing anything there, but
I'd be remiss if I didn't drop a Jimmer. I love breakfast for dinner when talking about Brenner. So
yeah.
which is funny because I actually can't stand it myself. More of a dinner for breakfast kind of guy. Yeah, I never really thought Brenner was all that great, but I definitely thought he was better than Vasquez. And somebody mentioned it, I don't know what at some point this week in one of the chats, that it feels like a lateral move in terms of like career move. Might have been Quinny actually, because I dropped the line. Yeah.
It wasn't lateral from a money perspective though.
Yeah, which is funny because I feel like most people don't realize that, like the idea of going from MLS to Mexico to make more money, because some of those teams just don't have any, but he found one of them that has a lot of it.
Right. I think if you go to either the teams in Monterrey or Club America, you're going to get paid quite well. Anywhere else, probably not.
Didn't he want to go to Europe though?
He did. Yeah. I guess Europe didn't want him.
So that's sort of the way that I was looking at it, is that it doesn't seem like you need to go to Liga MX in between MLS and Europe.
Unless you want to get paid.
Right, unless you want to get paid. Yeah.
And like, like you have to look at it from like these guys' perspectives too. Like, like he's got to look inward and know who he is. And if he doesn't think that he's going to make a ton of money in Europe, like what is he, like championship level? Like he could go play in the championship probably. Or maybe like a smaller, whatever.
Yeah.
He can secure his family's future now by going to Monterrey. He should do that.
Do you think he'd have a better time in the Eredivisie than Mihalovic?
I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, I have no idea. Germ City had Brentford rumors.
Yeah, that seems gross.
I mean, that's a death move,
yeah,
career-wise. And Cyber Shakes, that's fun. Said he was linked with Gladbach, which also like he would never play. Yeah, I don't know. But I dropped the line on Quinny that more people in the US watch. So he was saying like maybe it's an exposure thing, or it's weird that because you don't get as much exposure. And I was like, actually, more people watch Liga MX in the US than Major League Soccer. But
I've heard you say that before.
Yeah.
All right, one more, and it's another Champion America card that is going. It's one that's going to Europe. Endrick.
So who knows like what happens with Endrick in terms of like whether he actually plays for Real Madrid, but I feel like he falls into the same category as Arda Güler, and it's probably just those two. And I think Sean kind of made the point, specifically with Real Madrid, that they play enough games and the rotation is public enough that like we know when Arda Güler might start. I don't even think he started yet. Or a guy like Endrick, or when you like buy into these guys who like don't always play for Real Madrid, like it might actually just be okay because, if Toni Kroos plays 3 games in a row and Tchouameni's out, like, Modric is going to play, like just things like that. So it's one of those cards that he's way overpriced for production, but it's also because he's like 12, 17, my apologies.
He's 12.
So if he's going to play And if he's going to end up playing against, like the worst team in La Liga, surely he could be great when he plays. And you've got, 15 years of utility, Andy.
15 years of utility, baby.
Yeah. I mean, how many thresholds can you win in 15 years?
Well, not very many if they take them away.
Well,
I didn't say anything.
they would never. Absolutely would never.
Would they ever loan him out? Is that something Real Madrid would do?
I had no idea.
Yeah, maybe somebody in chat knows. I don't know if that's like a strategy of theirs or not, if they want to keep him in-house.
I mean, it feels like they could have lent Arda Güler out and didn't, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh my good, this slander. Endrick is just the Brazilian Cade Cowell. Wow,
Jerm, can you fit Jesus Ferreira into that as well? Is Endrick like yeah. I know Jerm hates Jesus Ferreira as a Dallas fan as well. It's crazy.
It's kind of crazy he's still in Major League Soccer too.
Yeah.
That also feels like a big, I'd love to go to Europe, and all the clubs are like,
yeah, but you got to think that he could go to the championship or even Belgium or Eredivisie or something like that. Honestly, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what his deal is. Jerm's saying get him to Saudi.
Wow. What was I just about to say? Ferreira trip. Totally lost it.
No, going back to, and it applies to Jesus Ferreira as well, but people were talking about how Vasquez going to Mexico was oh, we'll kiss his U.S. men's national team career goodbye then. And it's where was he at on the depth chart for the U.S. men's? He was probably what, sixth in line at striker?
Andy, he had a phenomenal game once.
You're talking about Cade Cowell or Brandon Vasquez?
Oh, I was talking about Cowell.
Oh, well.
Oh, you're talking about Vasquez?
Either way, they're both very deep, probably fifth or sixth. Cade Cowell probably even further down the list.
Yeah. I was going to bring up, this is your favorite game. USA Trinidad and Tobago with Mihalovic getting set pieces.
Yeah.
Well, Vasquez, I don't know where he is.
An assist in that game. Oh,
that's what I was going to say. So Vasquez, or when you brought up all the leagues that he could possibly play for, has he actually? Look at that, Andy. Oh, we did score in that Trinidad and Tobago game.
Yeah, look at that.
So every time we talk about whether players can do well in the Eredivisie, the one that always jumps out at me is Josie Altidore scored 20 goals 3 years in a row in the Eredivisie. And obviously this was a decade ago, maybe even longer.
Yeah.
But
he has world records at Sunderland, doesn't he, for most appearances without a goal or something?
I think that's exactly what it was. It's either appearances or starts, and yeah, unfortunate.
We'll have to look that up, or maybe somebody in chat can.
Yeah, surely somebody else can do that for us.
Yeah.
We're very busy over here. Surface had I'm going back in the chat here because Surface had somebody that he was asking. Where is it here? Oh, here we go. Mickey Yamane or Yamane. I never know how to pronounce that.
I can't answer that. I don't.
Now that I've said it both ways, I'm it's probably Yamane, but is that Japanese? I don't know. But he's really good. And let me rephrase.
Where'd he go to the Galaxy?
Yeah. And they're also getting who are they getting?
Well, they already have the guy that played for what's his name?
I don't know why I don't just go
Japanese center back. Yeah, Maya Yoshida.
Really?
Yeah.
He was at Southampton, wasn't he? Maya Yoshida. Years ago. That's the same one?
He's a Schalke as well. He played 3 or 4 games for them last year.
Oh, here we go. Paintsel, yeah. Coney says Mickey is your man.
I like that.
Yeah. I think he should be great.
What's the track record for like J leaguers coming over to MLS? Like, what are comparables? None.
I got nothing. Did Kubo come from the J League? Like, was he there before? He was pretty good for Cincinnati for a bit.
I don't think he was.
I mean,
I don't think he was good.
I stand corrected.
That's like Michael Bradley numbers right there.
Oh, Takeoka? That's a goalie, yeah, but that's not.
Yeah, goalies don't count.
No. Yeah. Despite having a 20-minute conversation about Zach Steffen, goalies don't matter.
Hey, you could go the other way. You could talk about MLSers that went to the J League. Oh, no, I'm thinking of K League.
Baco? K League.
Yeah. How's he doing there?
I don't think he's there anymore.
Oh.
That's one of the first. He's in China now. That's one of the first cards I bought on the platform was Vaco. I believe I bought it from Pavel.
Was he good? Was he good in Korea?
No. He was okay. Like, he had some good games, but like, yeah. Like, I was fully expecting him to be Cecina.
Right. For the rest of his
career. Scores are pretty good. Oh, they're probably. Oh, there you go. Yeah. And like Ulsan's like a dominant team too. And
didn't Minnesota United get a K League guy or J League guy? I don't know if he ever played though. It was this past year.
I don't know. Yeah, so LAFC, Sean thinks Paintsel is going to be great there, but he's also a full Genk homer, so who knows?
Well, not FC.
Galaxy. Sorry, Galaxy, LA Galaxy.
Yeah,
in Carson.
Yeah, I don't know Genk nearly as well as probably you or Sean or
I don't know anything about
that, so I won't even comment on that.
How dare you even think that I know anything about that?
I'm more of a Ghent guy, you know.
Yeah.
Not
you
really
are
a Genk guy, but more of a Ghent guy. So.
Yeah. I feel like Sorare OGs side more on Ghent than Genk. I don't know why. Because they were around the same time.
Yeah, I mean, both players had like really dominant players on the like over the years. Like, wouldn't Jonathan David at Ghent?
Ghent, yeah.
Yeah, Ghent. And then obviously like Sven Coombs,
obviously
legend. But then Genk had like Big Paul, who is like kind of a platform legend.
Yeah, Ike Ugbo.
Yeah. Where's that guy now? Talk about
how he just got a move.
Yeah,
like, literally just got one.
Another place that he can flop at.
Sheffield Wednesday. He's now in the last place. Actually, they might not be last in the championship. They are 20.
He's gonna keep him from going down.
22nd of 24. He'll keep him up.
What do his scores look like right now?
Well, he just moved, and
wasn't he like in Russia or something at one point?
He was at Cardiff, and I got him when he was maybe at Cercle Bruges. He was at Troyes, for those of you who just pronounce words that look like what they are in English.
Troyes. Are you talking about me?
Of course not. What? Man,
his great Cercle Bruges days.
I remember when I got his card, and I was like, U23 forward is set.
Yeah, I thought the same thing, to be honest. I thought he was going to smash there.
Now I'm curious what I did to give up on Ike Ugbo. It was definitely this. Actually, I don't know if it was that card. Almost 2 years ago. Let's find him. Oh, sent him to Pavel. It's always a good. Oh, for Enzo Capetti Super. Oh, I was looking at this deal the other day.
Let's see. Who'd you give up here?
I gave up a 1 of 100 Marcus Llorente, who meant nothing to me at the time, and then realized that would have boosted my Adon by a full % on his own. There's Georgie.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
Kenny
crazy.
Taylor. Gianluca Caprari, 1/100, which I believe when I got rid of it, it was like a close to a 1 ETH card. And then Jonas Auer and Ugbo. Yeah.
And December 27th. Oh, 2022. Holy cow.
Oh, yeah. But like before last MLS season, when Capetti got his move to Charlotte, I got this deal. And Tripp was like, man, you are going to win everything. And I did not win a thing. That's actually not true.
You've already made back your money on this card. Look at that.
I don't think that's how it works, Andy.
Yeah, it is.
Well,
You're
the card's
gaining
gone in.
yield. You won $300 with him.
And then I traded him back to Pavel. This is one of my favorite things to do, is get a card from Pavel and then send it back to him a few months later.
Let's see the trade back to him. Now let's keep going. Where's Gabriel Florentine?
He's still in my gallery.
Okay.
And might be coming back to Argentina.
Oh, is the Rodri unique going right now?
It is. Somebody, yeah.
Do you want to pull that up just for
going for a lot?
Whatever that means.
Actually, I bet it's right here. I bet if I go to market, it's right in front. Bang. Oh my gosh. Police bid. Should I do it?
Careful. Has your credit card in there. 11 minutes. That's fun. Pranksy and AJ. Okay. You have to keep an eye on that.
Yeah.
When it's interesting when Yoren says that Rodri unique going for a lot. What is a lot anymore?
That's a good question.
What does that mean?
I mean, 20 ETH.
I couldn't even tell you what like a comparable card would go for right now. Like, what did Jude like? Is Jude comparable, or is Jude not because he's young?
Let's see. Since what is? Oh yeah, Feb 1st. Let's do that.
Now, can you filter it by like good players?
I can filter by price.
You could do.
So Jude was 49 ETH. And let's see, Saka was 20. So what did we say this was at? 19. So the last one to go above 19 was Verts. That's the one of Infinity collection.
So this card should go for more than Saka, you think?
I mean, he's probably he's the best midfielder on the platform, right?
Who, Rodri?
Yeah,
it's probably.
I mean, he's not Bellingham, I guess, but
yeah.
I don't know. Tuggy's right. It's a lot of thresholds. Suarez says, now we know Laird uses a credit card to buy. You know, what's funny is I haven't bought a Sorare card with a credit card in probably 3 years. I just write checks now. Johnny, I don't remember where he's going. It was like it's a far off rumor. You clearly don't own Izzy Palazon. Oh, what's up, Aaron? I don't. It's a good celebration card, though, Palazon. I don't know where this goes. Has anybody else been bidding? Or do you think it's just these? Oh, it's just these two back and forth.
Yeah, all you need is those two, though. You don't need anyone else, really.
Yeah, that's fair. Like, I realize that Bellama is like a whale and has a lot of ETH, but it's just wild to me to drop an 11 ETH bid on something 2 days before the auction ends. Like, let me just hold this ETH here for 2 days.
Just in case the site goes down, Laird.
Right.
Make sure that your 11 ETH bid is in.
Right. But AJ apparently had a max bid above it, so he got the 11.0001 in.
Right. And to be fair, that's what Bellama did, was he put in a max bid. So it wasn't like,
That's fair. That's fair.
I guess it doesn't really matter. It's still taking 11 ETH out of your wallet.
Right.
Can't fathom.
I was going to say having 11 ETH that could just come out of my wallet would be really something. Aaron, does Palazon doesn't he have forward cards too? Did I make that up? Look at that. Of course he does. But anyway, Andy, yeah, he has some.
Is that a young Joffrey Harrimans? Looks like him. No? Unrelated? Can we play Hot or Not with these two? It's the same person.
I was gonna say maybe they could be brothers. Like Herman's about 3 years older, right?
Yeah.
Maybe. Mike, still waiting for that Ridge Wallet sponsorship here.
It's funny because I get sponsorships for them or like knockoffs on like all these other videos that I watch now. But
you mean you
never
get
on
ads?
yours. That'll be the
Like,
day.
you're getting sponsorships without me?
Now that you guys have added like advertisements before, that'll be the day when a Ridge Wallet ad pops up before one of your videos. I'm excited for that.
Aaron said they're both bald beasts.
Yeah.
There was a whole conversation in the Sorare Scandinavia Discord the other day about somebody who has an entire bald collection.
I mean, they're waiting for the special weekly that is the Bald Kings special weekly.
They couldn't do it before Michael Bradley retired. Like, that's what drives me nuts.
Right. There's plenty of options, though, I'm sure.
Togi said I tagged you on their Twitter. Their social media team sucks. What did you tag me on? This recently?
I don't think he means recently.
I don't even know. You know who's not bald? This guy.
I just got an offer for David Ochoa. Talk about flops. Right?
Wow. That is, yeah.
Do you think, I've got a good question for you. Do you think David Ochoa is flopping as a youth coach? Or do you think he's doing
Who is he coaching?
It's like a youth program somewhere.
Oh, it is, right?
Yeah. Like an ECML team or something.
Yeah. Do you think that, I don't know if I really want to go down this road, but do you think that just he is a mental person, just like couldn't handle being a professional athlete?
Maybe. But maybe he's really good at working with like youth players or something.
Right. Yeah.
And like honestly, like maybe he's got all these like demons, but like that's his like getaway.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll have to get him on the show and talk to him about it.
I mean, he's got plenty of time. I'm sure.
Break this down.
Yeah. No, I mean, they're we all find our path at different points. That's all. I mean, it just could be one of those things that, like, I'm convinced that there are plenty of professional athletes who actually really, not that they hate their sport, but they like, it's their job. And some people just don't like their job and change jobs. And they're like, oh, this is a lot better. And so maybe actually playing soccer wasn't his thing.
Not touching that one, Mike Basson. But you do see a lot of like college teams now. And honestly, I think you even see it at the youth level, sports psychologists being hired on.
Yeah.
Especially, it's really big in college. And then, that'd be an interesting question is whether like the MLS is supporting the mental health of their players and like bringing on those types of people to, support them.
Sure. I feel like surely they have. I would assume every professional like team has it.
Yeah.
As said, apparently Ben White admits he hates football. Ben John said, I played pro hockey until 21, grew to hate it, and then retired.
Yeah. Interesting.
But I agree right here. Yeah. Who says no to $50,000 a week to kick a ball around? Yeah. Jordan Henderson, apparently, by the way. Although that was probably $500,000 a week.
Yeah. And that's a little different too. Like, it's not about playing. It's about where he was playing, I think.
Maybe. That's a good one. Andy, Jordan Henderson, flop or not?
Flop when he comes back or flop?
He's going to Ajax.
I mean, is it better than Saudi? Yes. The market
I
says yes.
Yeah. So I've actually had this conversation with a few people, and I'll call out Gator Guy because I've talked to him more. The number of people who are really high on Jordan Henderson at Ajax astonishes me. Like I literally cannot believe it. I think Haber was one of them. And they were like, no, no, no. All he has to do is just stand in the middle of the pitch and he'll get those final, he's just pinging balls, final throw, get all set pieces. Ajax are really good. High possession, he'll do everything. And I'm just like, I don't think he's that player. I just don't think he's that good. And everyone's like, no, no, no. So you forgot about it when he went to Saudi. And I'm like, I have never watched Jordan Henderson. And I think, oh man, I was about to get myself in a lot of trouble. I
Do
don't
you
think
think
he's.
do you think he's trash? Do you think he's trash, Laird?
No. I was not going to say that. No,
okay,
no.
Sorry.
I was going to be offensive to some people though. So I'm just
Okay.
I would not call Jordan Henderson trash. No.
Okay. Just making sure.
Yeah, your name said I heard he's going to be a cheat code. Like there are people who are really, really excited.
How much is his rare?
Well, he only has 144 of them, which I know sounds like a lot, but is actually not. The floor right now is $136. What is that?
Yeah, that seems high.
Like 0549, but this is actually really funny, Andy. Plenty available if you want them.
Is he even like gone? Like is that done? He left Saudi?
I think
Get
it's
on the plane yet?
pretty much done.
Gotcha.
Sorahan said Ajax super dominant in 90% of the games and missing a controlling midfielder badly. And this is Sorare Holland. Do you know where Ajax play? They're in Holland.
No, they're in the Netherlands, Laird. Come on.
Oh, are they? Oh.
Yeah. Come on.
I get those mixed up all the time.
Yeah.
Sorry, my fault.
Silly.
As says, if you got extra points for passing backwards, he'd be brilliant. And Andy and I would be fucking rich because we have the Michael Bradley super rares talking of backwards passes.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
Does he run a lot too? Like how many kilometers per game?
Netherlands, Holland, way different.
Yeah. Also, Holland is a soccer player. He plays for Man City. So
good point.
People.
Yeah, Erling Netherlands. We're now under a minute for Rodri. No bids in the last 20 minutes. Depends if AJ still
get one. It's coming.
AJ's a real last second bidder.
Yeah.
What do you think about Emil Forsberg with the Red Bulls?
That's actually a good one. I don't know. I kind of agree with all the other takes that I've heard from, I think, like Gator and Sean, and like I don't think anybody's really going to go into like Red Bulls and be like dominant and great and amazing. Just like their style, they're pressing and running and losing possession and winning it back, and like he'll probably score all right, but I just don't see him like smashing.
Frankie Amaya was like a word, Andy. Jeez. Thank you, somebody. Who was it? Joran, for saying to refresh the page because there were bids 7 minutes ago. Heaven forbid the page updates on its own. And it's over. We just missed it all. Unless AJ got that last one in. And there you go. Pranksy.
I mean, great card for him. My God. He's got like all of the EPL cards you could ever need.
21 ETH. Bought with a credit card, no less.
How can you tell that?
Because I believe all credit card purchases cannot be traded for 14 days.
Gotcha. Credit card or Sorare gift card?
Would you call that a Sorare credit? Because I've heard that. Anyway, where was I going with that? Oh, Forsberg. What I thought was a nice point on him as well is that very few people come in and are like immediately dominant. And I think there's an expectation he could be immediately dominant. And it's like the track record of people being dominant with the Red Bulls. Like I think Thierry Henry might have been the last one.
Can you pull up his SO5 scores so we can look at that?
I don't think we
You don't have
Whose?
that data. I know.
Thierry Henry's?
Yeah.
No, we don't. Hold on. What were you saying before that? Tuggy Pranksy raking in the airline miles. What were we talking about before? Bradley, Jordan Henderson.
Yeah.
So yeah. Charlie said, if you're a Cam in MLS, you're either a Gill or a Shaqiri. No in between. And Daniel Cooper said Forsberg is basically the same quality as Henry.
Yeah. Someone was like really, really high. Was it Skazmo? I think Skazmo was really high on Forsberg. Someone I was talking to was just like really bullish. Bullish Red Bulls.
Oh, I say.
Yeah.
Let's see where you're going with that. I don't know. The market seems to like it. I mean, surely he's better playing for the Red Bulls than not playing for Leipzig. Is that where he was? Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Jordan Henderson stuff is happy to be wrong on that one, but there is no way I'm buying that card.
I will say at least there are like good arguments supporting why he could be good there. Like Sorare Holland seemed to have good reasoning there. I don't know. I've seen a lot worse takes.
Yeah, I mean that's I'll give you that one. I feel like there's still a disconnect though between like what Ajax need, a really good player who fits that need, and Jordan Henderson. That's all. But maybe he's great. Daniel Cooper said Shaqiri is great. He just plays surrounded by utter trash. Not my words. Daniel Cooper.
I think that's true, to be honest.
It's also true, yeah.
I think Sean's Chicago Fire stack has been trash from day one, and it still is.
Speaking of that, we were talking about a Chicago Fire player the other day, and you never ended up getting to the point. So what happened to Gyro?
What do you mean what happened?
Like you said like things are going down for him, and I'm like, how could anything go down from where this guy is?
I said things were going down for Jairo Torres.
You said like it's getting worse, and I'm like, how can it get worse?
I don't think.
But what is the news? I don't get it.
I don't know. He must be getting sent to an uncovered league or something.
Oh, you don't even know what it is?
No, I don't know. I assume he's staying, and he's going to continue to be an unusable DNP for DP DNP for Chicago Fire.
Gotcha. I thought there was like news. I don't know.
No, I don't think so. Oh God.
U23 for another year.
Yeah. And completely unusable for another year.
Yeah. July 4th birthday is pretty elite though.
That is good.
At least for the U23.
Great birthday.
Yeah. Is he part of the Oh, he is. Like I have a bunch of cards from that Atlas 2021, 22. And I was like, oh, that could be a card I need, but oof. Sorry, I thought there was news on Torres, but I guess
don't think so.
No.
Beyond Chicago Fire probably want to try to get out of that contract and get out of like him being a DP, but
if you went back to Atlas, would you feel better about him?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Even though like I don't know if he even fits in there anymore. But
yeah.
Who
knows? I don't either. Because why would you ever buy an attacking player from Atlas? It's not what they're for. Zamstar said he's getting a jersey with no number was the latest I heard. That's fun. Anyway. Any more?
I'm out, man.
Yeah, me too. All right. Thanks, everyone, for joining. If you guys have any others you want us to opine on, because obviously our opinions mean so much to everybody, drop it in the comments below, and Andy and I will be sure to decide whether this player is hot or a flop or not. And I mean, we'll say if he's hot too. We don't care. We'll do all three. Hot, flop, or not? Or can you be both? Hot and not a flop? Yeah, you could be two of those three, right?
I think the website would have to be like a triangle then,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
like
Oh,
it'd be like a heat map.
ooh.
Yeah.
See, this is what happens. You come up with an idea. Now everyone's got these suggestions to make it all fancy. And
Yeah. They'll be like part of the new advanced soccer scouting analytic data that Sorare data is going to offer, and it's going
yeah,
to be hot or not or flop. Hot or
yeah.
flop.
Hot flop or not?
HG will figure it out.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. All right, let me find my hammer and nails. Get back to that API stuff. Anyway,
The API I'll sort it out on this one.
thank you everyone for joining. You can please like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Shout out to Quinny. And yeah, I'll be back tomorrow for another Sorare Data show. Everyone else,